Jenna Schaffer with the news. The Dubois County Health Department is reporting one additional COVID-19 related death and 15 additional cases. 8 of these cases were confirmed on Saturday, 5 cases were confirmed on Sunday, and 2 cases were confirmed on Monday. This brings the county's total to 795 positive cases and 17 deaths. Out of these 795 positive cases, 640 have recovered. This means that they're out of isolation and are reporting as feeling well. Approximately 6,339 residents have been tested for the virus. And as always, remember to practice social distancing, wear a face mask, and wash your hands frequently with soap and water. Indiana's COVID-19 numbers have been updated. As of Monday afternoon, the Indiana State Department of Health is reporting 3,008 deaths, 87,592 positive cases, and 1,002,038 individuals have been tested for the virus. Here are the numbers for our viewing area. Starting off with Dubois, 795 cases, 17 deaths. Pike with 80 cases, 1 death. Spencer has 150 cases and 3 deaths. Perry with 196 cases, 12 deaths. Martin is reporting 75 cases. Davies, 407 cases, 23 deaths. Orange, 214 cases, 24 deaths. Knox has 279 cases, 3 deaths. Crawford with 55 cases, Posey with 202. Lawrence with 418 cases, 27 deaths. Gibson is reporting 288 cases and 4 deaths. And Vanderburgh has 2,361 cases and 17 deaths. To see a map of cases by county, head to in.gov/ISDH. A crash claimed the life of a Washington woman and put an Evansville woman behind bars. It happened on I-69 near Washington on Friday evening. 24-year-old Kristen Arp of Washington was driving her moped northbound when she was struck from behind by a car driven by 25-year-old Jessica O'Brien of Evansville. Arp sustained fatal injuries from the crash. O'Brien was transported to Davies County Hospital for minor injuries. She is charged with operating a vehicle while intoxicated, causing death, and is being held in the Davies County Jail. The investigation is ongoing at this time. 3 East Coast travelers were arrested in Ferdinand over the weekend. Late Sunday morning, Ferdinand police officers were called on a welfare check after a woman was seen walking on the overpass of the interstate. After meeting with the woman, they were taken to the Quality Inn where they met with 2 others that the woman was traveling with. All 3 travelers were found with syringes. All 3 were arrested and taken to the Dubois County Security Center. The 3 involved were 30-year-old Janelle Biggle of West Virginia, who was charged with possession of a syringe and possession of paraphernalia. 37-year-old Amanda Boutier of North Carolina, who was charged with possession of a syringe and possession of paraphernalia. And 61-year-old Mark Webb of West Virginia, who was charged with possession of a syringe. Indiana's unemployment rate continues to recover from the COVID-19 pandemic. The state's rate dropped to 7.8% for July, which is still below the national rate of 10.2%. This comes after the state's rate jumped to 11.2% in June. Indiana's labor force had a net decrease of 75,741 over the previous month. This was a result of a decrease of 117,983 unemployed residents and a 42,242 increase in employed residents. Indiana's total labor force, which includes both Hoosiers employed and those seeking employment, stands at 3.31 million. The state's 62.8% labor force participation rate is above the national rate of 61.4%. A local police officer is getting recognized for his kindness and compassion after helping a family with a dog bite. Vernon police officer Christian Gogol was working a night shift on Saturday, August 15th, when he received a call from the fire department after a false alarm.
When the fire alarm had went off, everybody rushed outside, and then the dog had bit the boy on the behind. Just all the chaos out front. I'm sure the dog got spooked or whatever.
Gogol says Michelle Dipple and her 10-year-old son were staying in the Comfort Inn in Ferdinand during their trip to Holiday World when the incident happened. After getting information from the dog's owner and examining the boy's wound, Gogol says he talked to Dipple about her options.
She could go to the ER or urgent care if she wanted to. It appeared to me that it was a scratch. There wasn't any puncture wounds, so I just advised her she could either treat it, with some hydrogen peroxide or whatever, and just watch the scratch and then go from there.
The officer also says treating the family made him think about his own kids.
And I have children too. I have grandsons, so I try to make sure and treat everybody with respect, and how I want my kids to be treated, or brothers or sisters or mothers or fathers, so.
Once the family returned home, Gogol reached out to Dipple to see how her son was doing.
I had called a couple days after the fact to check and see if she did indeed take him to the ER or urgent care, or how he was doing. And she said he was doing fine and everything was great.
But that was not the end of the situation. A few weeks later, Dipple wrote to the Ferdinand City Council. Gogol says receiving the compliment made him smile. He said not a lot of officers get recognized for their kind gestures.
Not a lot of police officers get credit for what they do, and especially now in the media, it's a little tricky out there. So, but we still, put one step in front of the other, just like everyone else, and try to do our best with what we have to work with as far as the community and different things. So
Gogol says he hopes to continue serving and protecting the Ferdinand community in years to come. A local fire department and parks department had another successful picnic this year. The Bird's Eye Annual Park and Fire Department Picnic and Car Show was held on August 16th and Saturday, August 22nd. Despite the current health crisis, Bird's Eye Fire Department Chief Dave Smith says the dinner line was remarkable.
The food line is backed up. We're trying to accommodate them the best we can. So they're going through, we're calling in, they're calling in, delivering orders, so everything's running smoothly. I think as far as food sales, we're as good as we've ever been.
Kelly Zare, also with the Bird's Eye Fire Department, says she was shocked to see how many people took part in this year's car show.
We actually have a great turnout this year with the pandemic and everything going on. We're up to 86 cars. We have almost 10 motorcycles. Everyone's practicing social distancing with their vehicles, and everyone's sitting around, and we are very impressed. We thought we had a lot of things stacked against us with the pandemic and with the rain coming in, and actually have a great turnout. We're very impressed with it.
Zara also says the event would not have been possible without volunteers and the community's support.
I just want to thank everyone who's come out to help, whether you're helping with a burger stand or just a participant, our sponsors, everyone. We could not do this without you, and we are super grateful you're here.
Follow the Bird's Eye Fire Department on Facebook to know when they are planning another event. The City of Huntingburg Water Department is flushing out fire hydrants. This process takes place between Monday, August 31st and Friday, October 2nd at various locations around the city. Flushing times will typically be Monday through Friday from 7:30 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. Flushing is the best way to improve water quality. It is also necessary for preventative maintenance to make sure the hydrants have proper water line functions. Water will be safe safe to drink. However, residents are urged to be attentive when doing laundry. The Water Department advises residents to run cold water through their taps 5 to 7 minutes to clear any discoloration. If a resident skips this step, it may have adverse effects on their laundry. The city of Huntingburg is not responsible for cleaning or the replacement of these items. For more information, contact Huntingburg Director of Community Development's Rachel Steckler at 812-683-2211. Vincennes University Jasper campus has a new internship. The campus created the Business and Information Technology Internship Program by partnering with local businesses. This program enhances the associate's degree program in businesses and information technology by providing students with a paid internship while enrolled at WJTS full-time. Graduates from this program are in high demand both locally and across the state. The program includes a 2-year degree in business or information technology. For more information, visit venue.edu. The state is making more options available for families in need of child care services during virtual school days. Indiana Governor Eric Holcomb signed the executive order on Friday afternoon. School corporations are now authorized to contract with organizations such as the Boys and Girls Club or YMCA to provide programs to school-age children. This will help families who need child care while their students engage in e-learning. The order also increases the number of school-age children allowed to gather in a home from 6 to 10 on school days for e-learning without requiring the child care setting to be licensed. For more information and to read the executive order, visit in.gov/2384. Visit Indiana recently released their 20 Natural Wonders in Indiana list, and 2 local parks made the cut. The caves on Trail 3 at Spring Mill State Park in Mitchell ranked 5th on the list, and Jug Rock in Shoals took home 7th place. Spring Mill State Park is known for providing a link between the natural and cultural worlds. Trail 3 winds past Donaldson Cave Outlook, then Bronson Cave, and then leads hikers to the Twin Caves. Hiking is the best way to get the most out of these caves, since the Twins Caves boat tour won't be offered again until 2021. The Jug Rock is located just outside of Shoals and is the largest T-table rock formation east of the Mississippi River. It has stood tall and proud for about 300 million years. Jug Rock is preserved in the Jug Rock Nature Preserve with a small parking lot just off of Albright Lane. To see the full list, head to visitindiana.com, go to the menu, and click on blog. Hunting and trapping draws in fish and wildlife areas will look a little different this season. Draws will be conducted according to Centers for Disease Control guidelines. Masks or face coverings are required when visiting a property office or while near other people. If you feel sick, stay home. There will be limited access to FWA offices for most of this year's draws. Some visitors will be asked to wait outside during the drawing process. Because of this, visitors are asked to dress for the weather and should be prepared for a longer drawing process. Public seating areas will be removed to limit the number of people in certain areas. Visitors are asked to bring their own lawn chair if they need to sit during a draw. If property offices are closed to public accesses because of COVID-19 concerns, property hunting draws will still be in place. According to each property's draw plan, for more information, visit wildlife.in.org/10443. A federal judge has rejected an attempt to force Indiana election officials to allow all voters to cast their ballots by mail because of the coronavirus pandemic. U.S. District Judge James Patrick Hanlon's ruling Friday came a day after another federal judge struck down Indiana's process of rejecting absentee ballots. This was because of differing voter signatures, since the process didn't require voters to be told about such decisions or offer a way to contest them. The rulings come with elections officials expecting a big jump in voting by mail this fall amid the coronavirus threat. And we'll take a look at your weather forecast when we come back on 18 WJTS.